pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes, December 18th, 2023.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hammerly, Commissioner Roberts, second. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Words and proclamations, there's nothing. Nothing under public hearing. No bid openings. Visitors and delegations. Tonight we have the Devils Lake Park District and Kale and some representatives from there to give us an update. And
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys allowing us here and give you guys an update today. There's a lot of changes and a lot of updates probably since the last time we were here. I'm not going to do much talking today, but I do want to introduce Dennis Nybo, since the last time has been hired as the new park and rec superintendent. And Christy Remick, she has been hired as our dockside and community engagement coordinator manager. So with that, I just want to thank you guys for all the support along the way. But with that, I'm going to let these guys have the floor.
All right.
would you
Hi,
introduce
everyone.
yourself,
So-
Christy?
My name is Christy Remick, and I was hired on November 27th with the Park District to take over the dockside management as well as community engagement manager for the Park District. So within the month that I've been there, there's been a lot of changes happening. I've really been able to get a grasp on kind of what's going on with dockside entertainment. I've been more working on the logistics side of getting everything opened in terms of website stuff, community involvement rates, all that side of it. While construction engineers is still managing the actual construction project part of dockside entertainment. So today is just a little update. I brought some handouts for you guys so you can kind of see. This is the final plan. Actually, why don't I just take one and pass it out? That construction engineers is going off of. So they're currently in the building. We're doing some paint. They're doing some painting, drywall. We had a city commission sales tax committee meeting today. Spencer was part of it. So we kind of reviewed what the proposed rates are. We have a board meeting coming up on Thursday. Where they're hopefully going to approve our proposed rates that we have for like annual membership, monthly membership, day rates, rental rates as well. And then once that's approved, we'll be able to make that all public for everyone. So in the sales tax committee meeting, we had 14 just community members throughout different businesses that have gone through and kind of helped us provide input and kind of give feedback to us for dockside. We also have the website up and running, so with no rates on there right now, so we can't share that until board approval. But construction's looking good. I know when construction engineers first started the project, they had a February date, beginning of February. That's more realistically looking like probably a March date, just for timing of the holiday break and everything. So we meet with them on every other Wednesday for project updates, which is kind of nice, so we can kind of see kind of how that's going along. We have a Facebook page and Instagram account, so if anyone's been following that, I've been sharing as much details as I can kind of throughout that space so people can see updates and kind of get excited about the project. I know we're really looking forward to it, and we've got a lot of great feedback from the community as well.
Are there any problems getting all the scenario stuff and the bowling alley
No,
equipment,
so far
materials?
so good. We have the playground equipment is here in Devils Lake right now. Installation should start happening next week, and then simulators are planned to arrive in the next week. Installation will follow the week. The way that it works is usually like a freight company will deliver it, and then the other company will come in, do the installation, and then like the week after that, then we'll all get training on how to use it. So we have kind of that timeline defined. And the construction is kind of working from the inside out. So they'll start with playground, simulator, then out to bowling lane, and then the walking track will be last. So just kind of filling in that space. And if you see on the plan, you could see the walking track kind of takes up the whole perimeter, 6 bowling lanes, 5 simulator bays. And then there's a wall dividing the simulator bays. And then you'll see on the other side is the 2 pickleball courts. And then in that empty space is the playground. And then on the outside perimeter, you'll see our office space, community rooms. And then there was an empty space you can see kind of on the top right. That's actually where the movie theater was originally going to go, but it's multi-court sport court now. So we'll be able to add a third pickleball or just set up games for kids to play on a sport court. It's a lot taller ceiling back there, so they can kind of have some controlled chaos and do some stuff inside.
When is the timeline? I mean, are you guys going to hire employees to work it? What's the timeline
Yes.
for that?
So we have everything pretty much ready to go on our like temporary setup website that's ready to be published. So for job descriptions, and hopefully on the Thursday meeting that our board will approve kind of the salary rate descriptions of the jobs. If we don't get to it on the 4th, it'll be the 18th board meeting. So we have 2 this month. And then we'll hopefully get that put out. And then for timeline, we want to make sure that we have some maintenance type of staff hired so they can go through training of how all of this stuff works before the actual opening date, because we want to hopefully streamline as much as possible. We also have on our website, everything should be able to be done right on there. So you can set up an account, buy a membership, reserve your reservations, all of that stuff. So my goal is the manager is you can just walk in, check in, and the front desk can just show you on your way versus like having to be there and set everything up. So
And have security cameras been added to the
Yes.
construction?
yep, because security cameras are NDTC is we just approved at our last board meeting their proposal. So they've already been in there twice to figure out the information on setting up security cameras. So they have it planned out where everywhere in the building should be able to be seen on camera.
A lot of people are excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yep.
Anyone have any other questions?
Anybody?
Well, if anyone ever wants a tour, we have, Dennis and I both have keys now, so if, just feel free to reach out. We can go through a walkthrough. We were there today, and we're more than happy to show anyone who wants to see anything.
Great.
All right, thank
Thanks for the
you.
Thank you for the update. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Spencer.
I'd say as part of this, Mayor Mo, is previously in 2023, might have been the end of 2022, the city had obligated the $250,000 for the project, obligating it to make sure that it got off the ground and that there was moving forward. And there's a bunch of construction going on, and it's in the 2024 budget to release the funds. So if the commission, if it would please the commission to release the funds, I'm putting them for you guys now as well.
I make my bid to release obligated funds, the 250,000 quality of life investment.
Okay, got a motion to release the funds. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Robbins. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Robbins? Aye. Commissioner Pierce?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry?
Aye.
President Mo?
Aye. Motion carried. Congratulations.
If I can just make one more comment.
Yes, Cale.
And Christy is doing a phenomenal job. I mean, some of the stuff that she's been putting together is just, it's really awesome. But with that, so we basically have 6 founding partners. You guys would be included in that. And we are going to look at proposing some of these tomorrow, or sorry, Thursday at our park board meeting. But with that, as you guys would be a founding partner with this project, and we're looking at doing some discounts and rates and things like that for the city employees and things of that nature too. So just wanted to throw that out there, that there will be a few, potential perks down the road for you guys participating with us. And again, just want to stress that we really appreciate the partnership that we have with the city and the county and all the partners involved. So again, just thank you.
Well, thanks for all your hard work too, Cale. Dennis, do you have anything to
No, I
say?
don't, but nice to meet all of you, and
Okay.
I'll be around, I'm sure, a lot more.
Okay.
Some of these
Well,
meetings, so.
well, thanks for coming in and giving us an update. Okay, moving on, we'll go into commission portfolios and Commissioner Pierce.
Chief Bennett?
Currently, we're on track for the fishing derby. I know a lot of people have been asking questions about that, so we have gone out and checked the ice. We're hoping for a nice little cold snap, which we're supposed to get next week, so things are moving forward with that. We're working on our year-end report to have ready for you guys by hopefully the next meeting, if not the first one in February. So, yeah.
Awesome. Santa's, thanks to you guys for your Santa trips, taking Santa around town.
I'll let the guys know. That's the volunteers and
They did a
a
great
couple of the
job.
paid guys put that together for us during, I
It's
think
a
it was
huge-
COVID.
it's a huge hit.
And
The
they've
community
been running
is,
with it ever since, so. I'll
the
let
people
them
that
know.
are out and around waiting for that to come around, it's impressive.
So I just wanted to make sure you thank them.
Yep, will do.
And then we also have mayors, we're going to do is talk about the law enforcement center deed. And
Yeah, that's gonna
That's
be
coming up later,
coming
so-
up in the
if
commission.
you have any questions, that's all I have. For you.
Well, thank you. Commissioner Robbins.
Mike, anything with streets,
Nothing for streets tonight, Commissioner.
engineering?
Nothing for engineering, unless you have questions of me.
I'm good.
One thing for engineering that I would bring up, we did submit a couple of grant applications to the Department of Transportation. Today, we'll see where those grant applications go. Looking at potentially doing some additional improvements in the downtown area. There's some areas of the streets downtown that are in rough shape, and we're putting in a lot of time patching. Some of the concrete severely deteriorated. You know, it was constructed in 1992, so we have a lot of time on that concrete. So we submitted an application for that. And I haven't had a chance to visit with Brad yet, but we did submit an application for some funding for some roadway improvements within the industrial park. We'll see if we're successful or not with the grant applications, but just give you an update that those applications were submitted. We'll see where it goes. And if we are successful with the grant applications, we'll be reviewing our capital improvement plan and make adjustments accordingly, depending upon the amount of money coming in. That's all I have.
I have a quick question for you, Mike. For the streets, is there any way they can go out and put some gravel or something down on some of the avenues on this end of town? There's like ice, solid ice downs, like Kelly Avenue, and going down, there's solid ice like half the street. And I don't want buses going through and sliding, and I've seen people go to stop and slide almost over into parked cars. So if they could just take a look around town and see what they can. If
We'll
that's
do that,
possible.
Commissioner. We did a once over, and honestly, we threw out a lot of salt and a lot of sand. I mean,
Yeah.
I spent the last 3 days, I think, working on my driveway. My driveway's personally, it's seen more salt in the last 3 days than it's seen in the last 13 years.
Yeah.
You know, but we will take a look at that. We do pay special attention to the school areas
Yeah.
and make sure, sometimes, especially at the high school area, you have a lot of young drivers out there, so we try and pay more attention.
Just
to
through
bus
town,
areas.
I've seen in some of the avenues and some of the streets, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. That's all I have.
That's it. Commissioner Hamry.
Mike, anything for utilities?
Other than what I previously had updated the commission on, we're working with Joel and the folks over in utilities related to the service line inventories that we're trying to complete as part of the lead and copper rule. We're hoping to have those inventories complete. So working on putting together all the databases and all the information so that we can work to assemble the information. Our goal would be that every service line within the city then will be mapped and identified along with other things, but we would have an identification for all those service lines, what material, whether it's lead, copper, polyethylene, PVC, whatever the material, we'll have that inventory. We're hoping to have that completed before the snow leaves us.
Does the state have their website up and running yet that you log into?
The state is up and running related to the information on, this is the minimum amount of information that's required for like a spreadsheet. Is that what you're asking about?
Yeah, they were supposed to have a database where you went in and you filled out information, then it got submitted to them. Kind of like you're already doing, but you'd just be duplicating it to the state. I know when I took that class that they had that.
So they have information available on their website. We're going to assemble all of our information. We'll probably have a little more data than what's required from the state, but then we'll submit everything as a package to them.
Okay,
Once it's all complete. That's our plan.
that's all I got, Mayor.
So Commissioner Hatch is Rob.
I'll just mention that the application is now open for the primary residence property tax credit. So all owners of properties that they live in within the state of North Dakota are eligible for that up to a $500 tax credit. The application can be found, the link to the application can be found on our website, which is www.dvlnd.com. We've also posted it to our Facebook page. And applications are only taken through March 31st. And if you don't apply, you won't get it. And the applications are only accessible online. I also have the homestead property tax credit application period is open for this year. All those letters will be going out today to the individuals who have applied previously. If there's anyone else that wants more information on whether or not they would be eligible for that, basically 65 or and older or totally and permanently disabled. And then you also have to own your own home in that situation as well. If they want more information, they can get a hold of me. I'm also scheduled to sit down with Eric next week to do coffee time to talk about some of the property tax programs that are out there. That's all I've got.
Thank you.
Has there been anything put in the paper for that?
Not that I'm aware of yet. So I'll reach out to the paper too, because we're really trying to get the information out on these programs, because they're a tax credit. So it's not lost revenue to the local taxing agencies. It's actually reimbursed by the state. So the state is covering those taxes.
Is that in lieu of, if so, say somebody applies for a veterans disability tax credit and they're not at 100%, is that, can they apply for that as well, or is it one or the other?
No, you can apply for both. So like if you have the homestead tax credit and you're only getting 50% or your value is more than $200,000, you can apply for the primary residence property tax credit as well. And it will then, you'll get credit up to an additional $500 or maxing out whatever your property tax is.
Okay.
So there's no check or anything. You're not getting money in hand. It's just a credit towards your next property tax bill.
Thank you.
Any more questions, Sean? Mike, on sanitation?
Nothing from
Nothing.
sanitation tonight, Mayor.
Okay. All right, chief.
Since we last talked, we've had 3 events of life-saving awards that we're taking 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, CPR and AED and also overdoses that we take care of. So it's pretty good.
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
I would have to say, great.
Yeah, I would say.
Well, hands off to those that did that.
Yeah, I agree. Then they'll be right. You know, they get put into a life-saving award and
Okay,
they'll be awarded that way.
well, thanks very much.
Outside of that, that's all we have.
Thank you. Spencer?
Mayor, Mo, members of the commission, normally in the second meeting of the month, we have the financial report. Just because it's the end of the year, it takes us a little longer to get all of our, put a bow on it to present it to you. So may not have that to you till later in February. But at the next meeting, we'll have information for you guys, full tabulation of how the investment portfolio went, sales tax, building permits, utility collections, and whatnot for year end at the next meeting, but then the financial report later on in later months. So
All right.
that's all I got for you.
Thank you. Jack?
So we have the big item is going to be the execution of the deeds for the law enforcement
Yeah,
center.
that's coming up under new business. So.
Other than that, we're, what's on the agenda right now, working on the joint powers agreement, a couple revisions, working on the job development authority, and an agreement that kind of merges that with Forward Devil's Lake. And then we're moving forward with the junk nuisance ordinances and carrying that out, enforcing that. And then we're also we're moving forward on cleaning up the blighted structures around town.
What do you mean by moving forward?
There's a lot of moving parts. So with blighted structures, there's 3 different entities that are involved plus an attorney. And so I'm meeting with a couple of those entities tomorrow to go over the process for what we need to do and how it needs to get done. So everyone's on the same page. And then for the nuisance, we have everything we need there in terms of process. But logistics are a different issue. So with logistics, it's once we remove junk, where do we put it? Who takes it? Are we going to maintain ownership of it or someone else? And then there's notice requirements and things like that. So on the logistics side of that, that's where we're at. But yes, and then I think that's it.
Okay. Anybody got any questions for anybody? Okay, well, thank you. We'll move on. We'll go into old business and line of credit for the airport authority. And Spencer, if you would.
Mayor Mo, members of the commission, I kind of have it laid out there in the staff report. We haven't received that 3.3 million from the feds. And remember when we talked at December 4th, said this time we hadn't got it back. We bring the conversation up again. There's another 750,000 in the list of bills tonight. Got word that the feds again rejected the reimbursement submittal for what reasons to be determined, right? But we're working through that. And like I said previously, we just live in a different market environment than we
Need to
used
make
to.
a phone call to our congressman? Do you think that would help?
I think it's just the documentation that they want to have for this reimbursement. It hasn't been an issue in the past, but we'll work through it. And if it comes to that, we'll make sure to see if your influence can be of help. And, we want to be a good, productive partner with the airport, but like with any relationship, it can't be too one-sided. And we're now at a $20,000 opportunity cost every month with this revolving line of credit. And so the recommendation is that the city begin to levy a 3% interest fee per day moving forward on the financial resources net of assets that they have out there or that they have with us on this revolving line of credit. And for context, if we're going to the private sector for a revolving line of credit, we're looking at 8.5%. And so our opportunity cost is 5%. So at 3%, we're giving them a 40% discount on our opportunity cost. Therefore, we'd recoup 12,000. These are rough estimates, right? But if opportunity cost is 20,000, we recoup 12 from them. This is a good deal for the airport authority compared to the other options that they have, and it's less undesirable for the city. So that's the recommendation before you. Send an email out to the manager and airport authority board chairman and spoke with Commissioner Hash here before tonight, and they got that email.
No action necessary?
We would like you to approve the revolving line of credit, the amendment to the revolving line of credit.
Okay.
Will they have the ability to pay the 12,000, do you think, even?
They have, through recent reimbursements during the COVID era, their operational account, I believe, is at about 1.3 million right now. So if they, some things are the price of doing business, right? So unfortunate, but best path forward for the city as well as trying to be a good partner with the airport authority.
I think it's unfortunate for them, too. Their hands are tied and they're trying. I know that for a fact. But
I'm gonna have to accuse myself from this. My uncle's the airport authority board manager, and my cousin's the manager out there. So too much family out there.
Okay.
I'm just going to make clear my concern still with the government releasing these funds. I'm not sure, or even trying to think of the word here. Confident that they're going to release it. I'm not. I mean, it's just from my experience with the government. So I just want to make that clear. I understand this, has to be done for our airport. I get that, but I just want to make it clear too that I'm not confident in the funds being released. That's just.
That's on
Just wanted to
record.
make that clear.
And I'm concerned about it, but I do believe at some point we're going to get it. It's just a matter of when, how long it's going to take. But we got to count on it.
Yeah. I understand.
And if Mayor Mo, if I may too. So, 3.3 is only, about half of what's outlaid there, right? There's still more reimbursements to come in the hopper. Okay. And I think if anything, this, enacting this fee will reinforce the importance of being prompt with submittals and maybe, amongst all parties, whether it's the consultants, whether it's the contractors, whether it's the city, whether it's the airport, whether it's what we can do with the federal government. I don't want to say urgency, but the promptness with which this needs to be dealt with moving forward.
I did have a conversation with the airport board chairman and told him that maybe you get that engineering firm to work harder on trying to get the funding back too, because they help get the grants to do this, so, put some burden on them, maybe we hold back on their payment until we can get some money too, so. It's all, their money is coming out of that funding also, so hopefully we can get it sooner rather than later.
Well, if the requests were denied, do you think anybody will ever inform us on why they were denied so that we can, just for
I think
FYI?
It's, hey, we want it. We want to see all the check stubs and we want to see all the invoices and then we need the back of the checks too. And then we want the bank stamp check.
Government
So it's
bureaucracy.
just, it's a bunch of back and forth and probably a little bit of
That's-
eye rolling on our end.
That's
but-
why we may want to get our Congress people involved in it sooner than later.
So we did some work on it. Brittany did some work on it here today. We'll assess exactly where we're at in the morning and go from there.
Okay.
Yep, I'm just as concerned as you are, if not even nervous about it, type of thing, but I don't know at this point if there's anything we can change other than express our concern and
Displeasure.
in, I guess in my opinion, the contractors that are needing to get paid, when they sign the paperwork to do the job, they probably knew that they were dealing with the government, and I would think that payments being delayed are not out of the ordinary when you're doing that kind of work, but
I would say the contractors aren't relying on the federal government, right? They expect payment and then we're the one that's getting reimbursed, right? So,
yeah, but I don't know, I suppose in a different situation, the entity that's having the work done probably had enough money to pay out of their own pocket and then take the reimbursement on the back end, unfortunately, in this case.
or you don't pursue the project until you have the loans and the line of credit already lined up. But like I said, we live in a different world than we lived in when this first started. And times have changed, interest rates have changed. Things have not gone maybe as expediently as we hoped. And so we're just trying to adapt.
There were probably, the award of the grant based on the deadline that they had to complete has become a problem too, because they didn't give them a lot of lead time to get the projects done. So there's some issues there. But anyway, that's,
So you're looking for a motion to
Yes.
approve the line of credit in the
yes.
attached interest. I'll
Yep.
make the motion to,
Commissioner Robbins,
I'll second the motion for the
Commissioner Pierce.
amendment to the line of credit.
Okay, we have a motion. Any further discussion? We have one commissioner abstaining the vote, so all in favor, roll call, please.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
President Moe.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, consent agenda, there's nothing. We'll now go into new business. The first item is the second reading on ordinance 993, the franchise agreement renewal with Montana Dakota Utilities. Mike and Scott, if you wish to stand up and say anything, do we have any questions for Scott or Mike, or just any commissioner have any?
Should I recuse myself of this one too?
It's up to you.
I'll recuse myself from this one too, Mayor.
Okay. Scott, do you have anything to add or subtract
Nope,
from
I'm
it?
just here for any questions.
Any questions or concerns about the agreement?
I think
Pretty
it's
much
pretty
the same as before.
pretty straightforward.
Just change some wordage and stuff, so.
You got anything you got at the last minute, Mike?
I think the changes that were discussed at the first reading, in
Yeah.
case there were any adjustments that were necessary for the second reading, and nothing was changed at this point, so.
Okay,
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the franchise agreement between, or the renewal of the franchise agreement between MDU and the city of Devils Lake.
motion by Commissioner Robbins,
I'll second the motion.
Commissioner Pierce. Any further discussion? No discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries, the agreement in place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Thanks, guys.
Second,
Sorry, Mayor.
no problem.
To have so much family tonight.
Hey, that's all right. Second item, adjustment to the rates and fees for sanitation on the compactor rates. Is that Mike or Spencer?
Real quick. Normally, the inert landfill compactor rate's 2 times the normal per cubic yard that we charge for inert waste out there. And it was just an oversight when we set the rates and fees for 2021. So, and we're adjusting that per cubic yard to $8. So I want to adjust that one other rate to 16.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjust the rate for the inert landfill compactor truck per cubic yard from $14 to $16.
Commissioner Pierce,
I'll second that one, Mayor.
Commissioner Hamry can vote. Okay. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry.
Aye.
President Mo.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 3, the Law Enforcement Center deed. And Jack? I guess.
Yep, so there's, what are there, 4 deeds that need to be executed just to transfer the property that we've talked about to the LEC. And then with that, there'll be a new joint powers agreement. What we've discussed before is this alleviates the city of some liability in terms of additional unexpected expenses that could arise, similar to what's happened. I believe it happened a few years ago. Basically, the only updates to the deeds that were presented to you is there will be an update with the date. I'm coordinating with the county chairman, Mr. Frith, on execution of the deeds. I know the county, I believe it was this morning, authorized executing the deeds. So the city and the county both have to sign the same deed. And so rather than having 2 documents separately signed, I sent him an email to coordinate signatures. So, but I recommend.
We just have to do the one motion for the all 4 of them?
I've got one real quick question here. It says on the comment section for, I think pretty much all of these, it says location of building. It says the abstracts don't show the location of the building. And it says you must satisfy yourself by survey or other proper investigation that the same lies within the boundary of property described in the abstract, which is to be covered by your deed or mortgage.
It's just a standard provision, so when you're reviewing the abstract, it doesn't specifically state where the building's located. And so for the person that's accepting the deed,
So we don't have to legally have it surveyed or anything.
no, they know what they're getting, that's fine. And if they raise an issue in the future, you can just go and amend the abstract and file something to the court. It's pretty much a CYA.
Yeah.
On the title amendments.
Wanted to make sure we didn't have to put any more towards before.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mayor.
Commissioner Hamry,
I'll second the motion to.
Commissioner Pierce. Any discussion? Any further discussion? If not, we're going to do a roll call.
Commissioner Robbins.
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce.
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry.
Aye.
President Mo.
Aye, motion carries. Okay. Item number 4, assistant engineer grade and step adjustment. Mike.
Included within the commission packets are 2 memos, one written by myself. The other was a memo that was written by Tanya Wheeler. She's our human resource consultant. I can review the memo, Mayor, if you would like, or if everybody's had a chance to review it.
I've read it. Anybody need it or? Okay. Not necessary. Your recommendation to pass it?
Recommend the city adjust the pay grade of the assistant city engineer to a grade 16 or 18. The reason for the 16 and the 18 in this case, a young engineer that may not have his professional engineering license is there. It would allow some room for growth at some future time. Recommend we adjust the current pay grade from a 15L to an 18H effective January 1st.
I think this is just one of those situations where you just have to do the right thing. I don't think it was, it just evolved. I mean, his what he takes care of in the back, his duties and everything he does has gotten a broader spectrum over the years, and he's a very good asset for the city. It just became noticed and evident that his salary could be adjusted or should be adjusted to get him to scale with what is out there for him in the open market. And so I don't think it's anything out of line or, there's really no reason to question it in my mind. I make a motion to approve the grade and step increase to an 18H for Devon.
We have a motion by Commissioner Robbins,
I'll second it, Mayor.
Commissioner Hamry. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Robbins?
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry?
Aye.
President Mo?
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 5, designate depositor for city funds. Spencer?
This is just something that's required by North Dakota Century Code in January of every even numbered year. Currently, we bank at Bremer Bank. Kind of did a loose informal poll back in October when interest rates were moving around to make sure that we were getting the best rate. And we've since gotten to where we need to be. And like with anything, treasury management nowadays is really integrated with the debit cards and everything. And so we're pretty happy with where we're at. So I'd recommend designating Bremer Bank as the depositor of city funds.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to maintain our banking relationship for the depositor with Bremer Bank.
Okay, Commissioner Pierce,
Second.
second by Commissioner Robbins. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. Motion carries. Item number 6, pay estimate number 5, city project 230201, water main replacement 28-23 and 29-23. Mike?
Included with the pay estimate is some work that was completed for videoing the sewers. It took some time for them to get it in a format that we accepted. So total due this estimate is $17,071.20 for work completed to date. Recommend approval. Pay estimate.
Okay,
I'll make a motion, Mayor, to pay the $17,071.20.
Commissioner Hamry moves,
Second.
second by Commissioner Pierce. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Robbins?
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry?
Aye.
President Mo?
Aye, motion carried. Okay, citizen comment, nothing? Informational items, nothing. Do we have a motion to approve the payment of a list of bills?
I will make that motion.
President Mo?
Commissioner Robbins?
President Mo?
Yes.
If I could just make a request that it be with the approved list of bills with the exception of the reimbursement to airport manager, just due to just improper record keeping on our part. So
Yeah, I was gonna say there was
It's just
some
the one.
question there.
Yeah. just the approved list of bills with the exception of the reimbursement to airport manager. And we'll have that for the next list.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'll make a motion to reflect that recommendation.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second, Mayor.
Okay, Commissioner Hamry. Any further discussion? All in favor, or excuse me, roll call.
Commissioner Robbins?
Aye.
Commissioner Pierce?
Aye.
Commissioner Hamry?
Aye.
President Mo?
Motion carries. No other business coming before the city. Meeting adjourned.
You find that we could fill the